Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where first off, I want to hop into our culture here and check the name of this, legalistic. Okay, I couldn't remember what the name of this tradition was when I was looking for it in the Scandinavian game. I think that we don't have access to that in that particular game, but that's okay. I just wanted to double check that. Now we have this independence faction and we want this independence faction to fire, but we would be remiss if we didn't try to remove some power from it before it fires. I'm fairly certain there's nothing else we can do about it. And this pretty much just is what it is, and they'll send their ultimatum when they send their ultimatum. But let's see what ends up happening there. The other potential issue is that once this fires, it might become possible for... Let's see, nothing there. It might become possible for the Liberty faction to get their numbers up high enough. So these guys here. I would like to make sure that that didn't happen. I don't want to arrange marriage. We have like no one available to arrange marriages. So that's fine. We're just going to ensure that everything stays together here. But yeah. Okay. So we're going to need to beat these guys up. Now, do we have any troops raised right now? We do. They're raised off over here and we are just awaiting getting this ready to go. Oh, I think I split these off previously, didn't I? Trebuchets and a few units of levies. There we go. Okay, we're just waiting for these guys to fire. Let's go. That's them? That's them. Okay, will not be threatened. So yes, there is going to be desertion, and that hasn't updated yet. But there will be desertion here soon. So we need to make sure that we have a siege commander here. It'll be this guy. And from here, we'll just have these come over here and start a slow siege. Oh, no, we won't. We will not do that because we don't have enough troops here. So we'll drop a couple more units there. And we actually need a commander here. That guy will do. Group these together. And we are, of course, above our vassal limit. We need a new steward. It'll be this guy. And a new marshal. It'll be this queen. Okay, cool. So these guys have a few more troops than we do. That's okay. We're going to win this battle here. And the siege is going to progress. Cool. There's the battle one. He's going to raise a few additional forces. That's fine. The siege is not progressing as quickly as I'd hoped. Okay. I want to check in. How long until bombards? 13 years. Okay. For the time being, I think this is fine. I want to check in on our capital. Okay, that's potentially problematic that there is Colchis rebelling right here. We'll keep an eye on that. For now, I'm not too concerned about it. But it is a potential issue. And yes, this is the problem I was concerned about, is that the Liberty faction would become empowered enough to do this. If we have to, we can acquiesce to the Liberty faction. That's not a huge deal. So we'll finish up this siege here. Just 40 days there. Yes, they are finishing sieges. That is to be expected. Okay. So we got that, and we got no prisoners of value, but we did get their enemy capital. And that will also get ticking war score on our side. So we're going to head up over there. I'm checking in on our capital. Looks like these guys left rather than sieging our territory. Okay, I question that decision, but sure. If that's what they want to do. We're going to take these guys down over here, and we're going to try to have them be supplied. So we're going to split them into... I wish there was an easy way to split them into thirds. Unfortunately, there isn't. We can split them in half like this. And then split like these guys in half. And then split these guys in half, and then in half again, and send them like over here. Actually, we'd need to split that in half, and these guys would go here. And these guys would go here. That would be how we'd split it into thirds. Okay. So just group that together. If I can select these. There we go. Okay. Sounds good to me. We finish up this siege, and we'll head over here. They're sieging down over here. Once we resupply a bit, we'll probably go after them. Sure, show in the king. He'll bring 200 gold. And I just want to look... Okay. I'm going to raise up a few extra levy troops here. These guys are going to come over here. They're going to finish their siege here. That's fine. So we're going to group up down here. And we're going to have some reinforcements coming up in the back line. Look at this. They're moving in over this way. Interesting plan. I'm not sure why they decided to do this. This is very foolish. So we raised up quite a lot of troops here, probably more than we anticipated. Or intended, even. We do have a perk available. We'll take detailed ledgers. And I'm thinking about maybe tossing some gold at some of the people in this faction. This guy would be a good option for that. 150 gold for 29 opinion. It's not great. I'd rather that they not fire. Too far away to interact with, huh? Yeah, we have nobody here and nobody here. Okay, that's fine. So we won this fight, and we're going to hop in over this way. These guys lost their siege commander, so they will have this guy then, and head down over this way. We're at 40% war score right now. Now, this is obviously too big of a stack. There's no doubt about that. We're going to have them head over here. Cool. And we're going to split this again. We're going to split this into like 4 sections. Something kind of like that. And get some slow sieges going. Wait, actually they did leave that faction. I didn't expect them to actually leave the faction. A couple of people did leave the Liberty faction. That's really good. I'm very happy about that. I expected them to just take the money and chill. I really, really did. I want to check in on our capital. Looks good. Nobody over there. That's what we want to see. So we finish up this siege. We head up to Khotan. We're at 46% war score. We finished up this siege. These guys are locked into here. So we're going to be able to fight them there. Cool. That'll be another battle victory for us. Netting us more war score. We actually stack wiped them. I'm surprised about that. Actually, let's head down this way. I'd like to give battle and maybe siege this back. Pulling back their occupied counties is better than filling up our occupied counties. So that's what we'll do there. They're thinking about embarking. We're just going to come down to here. They're going to finish their embarkation, but that's fine. Okay. So we're at 57% war score right now. And here's another occupation finished. Wonderful. Make that 65% war score. This guy became our marshal. He is actually pretty decent at the job, so I'm not too upset about that. I do want to take a look. Hang on a moment. Is it just me, or does this court look way different from what it used to look? I think this is a different court. Okay, cool. Apparently we're back in the court. I did not intend to go back into the court. Wait, every time I'm pressing space, it's going back into the court, presumably because this is up. Okay, I guess we will gain some piety. That's fine. And we'll gain some court grandeur and get closer to making a friendship. So this is actually not rebelling up here. We'll need to head down over this way. We lost the siege of Edessa. That's unsurprising. I feel lucky. There we go. Okay, we got this finished, so we can head up over this way. Wonderful. We'll become friends with this queen. Okay, sounds good. We're at 66% war score here. We have ticking on our side. And we have plenty of occupation to go for. This is looking good. The siege will finish up, and that'll be done in 20 days. We do have this faction brewing up again. I'm not super shocked about this. In fact, I was shocked that it went away in the first place. Yeah, that's not going to be a thing. We could try sending 53 opinion to this guy. That's actually pretty good. Same with that. That's pretty good too. Yeah, it's a lot of gold, but sure. We'll see if they'll leave the faction too. Be great if they did. Sure, as long as you know what you're doing. Actually, I shouldn't have given him a hook, but okay. We're going to head down over this way, finish up this siege. We're at 64% war score currently. These guys will head up over this way as soon as the siege gets taken over. Never mind, a pop-up popped up at the exact moment. There we go. Okay. So at 58%, they have dropped our war score a little bit because they finished up an occupation. But we're going to have multiple occupations finishing up ourselves. Cool. So this faction is still a thing. 3 months. 3 months. That's obviously not going to get us anything. Just checking in here. Okay, we don't have any concubines, and we don't have anyone available to become concubines. We did finish up this siege with just a slow siege, so that's great. We'll head on over here. We're at 73% right now. Sure, of course he'll be there. No, it's too expensive. Okay, so we finished that siege. We'll head over this way. We are losing a few sieges here and there. I'm checking in on our capital. These guys are around over in this direction. That's not currently an issue. This is not rebelling, so they will need to head over this way. And then these guys can head down over to, like, this barony. Cool. So we're down to 52% war score right now. They've finished up quite a lot of sieges. I would like to have chains of loyalty right now. Or large levies would be good. We're going to take it at any cost. I'm not necessarily super happy about it, but we'll take it. We're going to slow siege down over here. Offer concubine. Who is this concubine? Okay, sure. I don't think it's really relevant. But that does fill a slot there. So we'll head up over here. And these guys will head over to this area next. So here's the Liberty demand. And the question is, do we acquiesce to this? I feel like we don't. So they're going to start another Liberty War. We instantly start at minus 10%. Okay, that's interesting. They're not very strong, so I'm not that concerned about it, in all honesty. Now, there is another faction, apparently, and this is Tengri Populists. Fair enough. That's 8 months out, though. I'm not too concerned about that for the moment. Okay, so we finished up this siege, and we'll head down over, say, here. Cool. So, who all is involved in this? Ah, these guys are. Actually, who's the leader here? Up here. Okay. Just checking. They're now walking into our territory here. Okay. How many unraised troops do we have? Only like 7K? We'll go ahead and raise everything that we've got here in Devin. And we may need to hire in some mercs as well. We could go for, I don't know, maybe these guys. And the point behind that would just be to increase our troop quality here. A little bit. So we'll raise those in over here. But we're not going to be able to directly fight this force, right? We're going to need to hold off on that for the moment. It's this force over here that's mostly going to be dealing with that. These guys, the point isn't necessarily to fight this force, it's to get out over here. Okay, they are on their way in here, and that's not necessarily great. I do want to see... Okay, leadership is looking reasonable. We're going to group these together and continue gathering. And we're going to retreat here as soon as we can. We'll retreat out over this direction. Right about now. Hopefully we'll be able to go that way, and we'll extort our subjects quick. Cool. Checking in on our sieges over here. I want these guys to go up over this way. Excellent. We're going to get 750 gold there. And we are going to retreat here. Where are we retreating to? Slightly an awkward retreat point. In fact, that's an extremely awkward retreat point. But I guess it's fine. How are these sieges going? I'd like them to be going a little faster, but they are what they are. We'll come in over here, and we'll head up over here next, I think. No river crossing over here, so yeah, we'll do that. Now, we could white piece this. That is an option. Both sides are basically capped on occupation. So actually, we shouldn't send this guy up here. We should head up over this way. That's exactly what we'll do. So unless they occupy our capital, they're not going to actually get much out of this. They're basically capped. So that's good to know. Now we're up here, and I would like to head up over this way and refresh these guys a bit. We didn't get fully raised, so we will raise up additional troops here. Okay. So we finish up this siege. We're going to come in over here and finish this one next. These guys will head up this direction. And that's already done. Then they're going to head up here and free these guys up. At this point, you can see we are capped in our occupation. There's actually no point in coming up here. We're going to come up this direction, and these guys, I don't know why we're not seeing their plate here, but okay. I guess we'll just update that, and we'll send them up over this way. So at this point, we're just waiting on ticking war score here. We just need 18% ticking, maybe a little more than that, like 27%, but this is okay for the moment. Okay, so this raise is still happening over here. And these occupations are well underway. Cool. So, I mean, they don't have ticking war score. And looking at this, yeah, both sides are now capped in occupations. So that's good. I want to check to see, we could potentially win additional battles over here. Let's send these guys over this way to resupply a bit. We'll abandon these sieges for the moment, and I'd like to come over here and fight these guys. They're sieging our capital. That's going to be done in 2 months. We are located in our capital. So, we are going to personally take command over here so that they can't capture us. Perfect. We're going to move all these guys down. They're going to take our capital, which is going to hurt us a little bit. It's going to be 10% overall. I'm not too concerned about it, but it is obnoxious. Okay. Sure, he'll be there. So all of these guys, they're going to head down over here, and we want to give battle over this way. That's going to take 6 months to get there. That's fine. They're going to finish here. So that's going to bring this down another 10%. But they're not going to be able to get much more unless they captured people. And they did, didn't they? I don't think that they did. But that did drop it more than I was expecting. Pretty substantially more than I was expecting. Now, why did it drop it that much? I only expected it to... Oh, they did capture our air. Okay, so 25% from that. Fair enough. So these guys are going to fire eventually. I'm not too concerned about these populists. I'm really, really not. So that's okay. We're going to make our way over here. I want to give battle, and I want to take back some of this territory. It is unfortunate that they captured our heir, but there wasn't a lot we could do about that. So that's fine for the moment. They're not going to get anything else up over there. So we're going to head in. Sure. You can have him. That's fine. And I want to check in on this army up over here. They're almost done gathering. Actually, they've still got 9 months left. Let's just head over this direction for the moment. Well, we'll let them continue to gather, I guess. Okay, we're going to hit these guys, and they're definitely going to take a pretty big blow from this. They don't want to fight this, and I don't blame them. They shouldn't want to fight this. So we win this battle, and there is this demand. We decline. And where are they located? Mongolia. Okay. That's a long ways away. So we win that battle, and that nets us a little war score. Emphasis on the little. How many kings are in this? I'm thinking about white piecing the Independence War. We wouldn't have to. Well, actually, I don't think we have to white piece the Independence War. You are part of the Independence War. Yeah. Okay. So we want to continue to siege up over this way. And at this point, it's not possible for the Liberty War to win. It's not possible for the Independence War to win either. So I think we need to go and deal with the Tengri Uprising. So that's just up here, or actually up here. How long would it take us to get here? Let's see. 2 years. Well, we'll need to get moving. Look at all that attrition. Oof. Yeah, it's very difficult to get up there. Very difficult indeed. But we'll need to start moving. So we'll head on up. These sieges are continuing. Did I just tell them to move somewhere I didn't want them to? I believe I did. Where are they? Yeah, come on up here. The Kingdom of Kocho is a bit of a problem, but we'll head up here for now. No, don't do that. Stay here. Cool. So we're just waiting for ticking war score here. Ticking war score will also win the Liberty War, eventually. But we are sieging here as well. And there's absolutely nothing that either side can do here other than winning a battle. Looking at this scenario, there's going to be some battling happening over here. Looks fine to me. And keep in mind, the Liberty War can't actually get access to this right now without taking it back from the Independence War. Which is great. We're actually pretty happy about that. Okay, so this siege is ongoing. We do have a new stewardship perk available. We'll take Avaricious. That will help offset some of the costs here. Okay. So I'm actually going to send these guys to come down over this way and slow siege this capital as soon as they're done gathering, which will be in just a few days. I want to give them a siege commander as well. Do we have one? Yes. This guy. He's very bad at other things, but he'll work for sieging. And yes, we're going to take heavy attrition on the way up. That's to be expected. So we are pulling back on the occupation here for the Liberty War. We're going to take heavy attrition on the way up here. That is fully expected. And these guys are going to head over this way. Cool. So we've got ticking on both of these wars. This war is the one that matters. that they could potentially get independence from us for in the Tengri Uprising. If we had allies, we could potentially call them into the Tengri Uprising. We'll just bump up the feudal contract of Queen Terra here. Cool. And we'll continue sieging over here for the time being. Okay. There's another faction brewing. And which one is this? This is additional populists. We could potentially do something with this queen. It's a niece. There's nothing we can do. We could demand her conversion. If she accepts that, then that would disband that faction. She did not accept. I'm not shocked. She's not very happy with us. Okay. Well, for the time being, this is fine. It may not feel fine, but it actually is fine. We are going to need to make our way through this kingdom. Or rather... Hang on. Through this kingdom. That's going to be difficult for us. Making our way through there. We're at 79% war score here. All we can get is ticking for the moment. I'm checking in over here real quick. These guys are on their way over. And we can't fight that force. So we're going to walk away. Not that way. Please walk away through the mountains. Thank you. That would have been a terrible direction to go. If only our heir hadn't been captured. That was just a bad roll. These guys are sieging back over here. Okay. Very rude. Okay, this is incredibly rude. A hostile force attacking us here. Incredibly, incredibly rude. We're going to have to back away. Okay. And yeah, that mercenary contract is expiring. We haven't actually utilized them. And we're going to let that expire. Okay. These guys are going to have to just walk through. And it's going to suck. A lot. But it's got to happen. They only have 18,000 troops, so I'm not that concerned about it. We'll just have to make our way through. You'll have it in death. So, yep, these guys declared. That's not surprising. They have another 18,000, and they're up over this way. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that too. For the time being, there's not a lot that we can do. We're pretty tied down. And you can head over... Why did you retreat to there? That's a weird place to retreat to. Okay, you can just head over here and siege. That'll be fine. We're going to need to make sure that we remain at that 100% cap. So we're going to make our way through here and deal with these forces next. We're at 90% on the Independence War. They're sieging so many places, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay, we're just holding here for the time being. Cool. We got this siege done. We're going to keep sieging over here. There's another faction brewing. We're not surprised by this either. This is additional populists. We will demand conversion from each of these. Hopefully, one or more of them will convert, and this won't actually be a problem. But the number of factions that we have right now is what this is... None of them converted. The number of factions is why this is happening, though. We're 92%. We're going to get rid of one of these factions very soon, here in a few months. Betrothed can marry, and yes, that is fine. When would these guys rebel? 5 months? Yikes. Okay. Well, for the time being, this is fine. We just need to get up here. This siege is still underway. We're 96%. They're sieging this back. Hilarious. 97. 98. Okay. We should assume that we're going to hit 100 before this is a problem. So this Liberty War is, of course, over here. And we want to head to here. Okay. So this war is almost over. Now it is over. And we're going to have to change our UI scaling back down to 100% in order to get rid of this war. But we will enforce our demands. All of those guys are now imprisoned. Victory in the Independence War, and so that people can see again, we're going to go back up to 200%. There we go. Excellent. And now we've just got these 3 wars. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will deal with these problems. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And special thanks to all the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Spartan News, Rose Valentine, and all the rest. And, of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.